Dear Madeline. Hello, my dear sister. Boy, I sure feel close to you. Since your last letter, I almost feel as if you are my sister. It's good to have someone to tell your troubles to. I can't tell them to my parents or Darlene because they worry too much. But I tell you truthfully, I doubt if I'll come out of this alive. In my original squad, I'm the only one left unharmed. In my platoon, there's only 13 of us. It seems every day another young guy, 18 and 19 years old like myself, is killed in action. Please help me, Mad. I don't know if I should stop writing my parents and Darlene or what. I'm going on an operation next month, where there is nothing but VC and VC sympathizers. The area is also very heavily mined. All of us are scared because we know a lot of us won't make it. I would like to hear what you have to say about it, Madeline, before I make any decisions. Oh, and one more favor. I'd like the truth now. Has Darlene been faithful to me? I know she's been dating guys, but does she still love me best? Thanks for understanding. See ya, if it's God's will. I have to make it out of Vietnam, though, because I'm lucky. I hope. Miss ya. Love, Ray. PFC Raymond C. Griffiths went to Vietnam just after Christmas in 1965 and was assigned to Company A, 1st Battalion, 9th Marines, 3rd Marine Division. He wrote this letter to Madeline Velasco, a friend from high school in San Francisco, California, in June of 1966. He was killed a few weeks later, on the 4th of July. He was 19 years old.
I don't believe it. A bowling ball you could eat.
Right.
I'm gonna blow a gasket. A bowling ball? You could eat it?
You like that? Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
Wait, I got a better one.
Okay.
Alright. Why did the elephant step on the marshmallow?
Why did the elephant step on the marshmallow?
Go easy, Nick.
Easy, I'm going.
Son of a bitch.
Hit me. Why did the fucking elephant step on the marshmallow?
So he wouldn't fall in the hot chocolate?
Chocolate.
It's my all-time favorite.
Priceless. Absolutely priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
You okay?
Asshole lieutenant.
Forget about
You kidding me or what?
it. Forget about it.
This lieutenant all but Charlie Company got wasted by his own squad for a lot less.
No.
No shit. This squad was on alert for 3 days. No sleep, humping their asses uphill for 3 days. 2 guys get greased on a wire. LT gets them back, has them pull latrine duty. Talk about insensitive, right? 2 weeks later, courtesy to that jerk-off, they walk into a firefight with some regulars. And during the course of events, someone accidentally puts a round in the old man.
Yeah.
Sorry, that sucker deserved it.
Yeah.
And the gem we got waltzes us right in here. You seen him with the map? The sad ass sucker couldn't figure out which way was up. Turning the map this way, that way, scratching his head, going, I mean, 3 weeks ago, this guy was running through woods of Virginia shooting red dye at people. And I'm supposed to take orders from him?
You done?
Yeah. Sorry.
Are you sure?
Come on, Jones.
What is the brown goo between an elephant's toes?
What's the brown goo?
Right, what's the brown goo between an elephant's toes?
What's the brown goo between elephants' toes?
Easy, Jake. Easy, baby. Come on, Jake. Easy, baby.
See, I'm going. Okay, I'm going. No clicks, right? Mickey, did you hear any clicks? Mick, did you hear any clicks or what? Mickey!
Right. No clicks, Jake.
Right. No sweat. Did you see me? Hit me. What's the brown goo between elephants' toes?
Slower-any natives.
Slower than natives.
Yeah, slower-any natives.
I swear I'm gonna bust.
Primo, Jake.
From now on, just call me No Clicks Jakey.
No clicks. You said click. It won't sound like a click.
What the hell do you mean it won't sound like a click? It'd be a click, you said that.
I said something like a click.
What do you mean something like a click? Come on, Mickey, don't screw around.
It's more like a snap than a click.
What do you mean? What's the difference?
Forget about it.
I can't forget about it. How will I know if I hit one?
If you're not sure, lift your leg. If you didn't hit one, your leg will still be there.
Hysterical. Come on, Mick. You kidding me or what? I'm serious. Don't play around. Will it be a click or not?
Yes. It'll be a click, you baby. Come on, man. Quit screwing around. I'm serious. Baby.
That's all I wanted to know.
Won't make a difference anyway.
I don't want to hear about it.
Back in March, guy named Ace tripped going over in Hill 34. Had to go and collect what was left of the poor bastard. Brought him back in a shoebox. Hey, while I was out looking for him, came across his boot. His friggin' foot was still inside. I mean, his leg. Cut right off at the top of the boot.
Shit.
Hey!
Mick, this stuff's getting real old real fast.
Come on, let's go.
You want to go? You go.
I can't. You gotta give me a joke.
I don't know any more jokes.
Make one up.
You make one up.
Oh, fuck it then. Hey. Wouldn't mind if I looked at your chick when I get back to the world, would you?
Go to hell.
Well, shit. Someone's gonna have to get into it. Might as well be your best buddy.
Way off that shit, Mick.
Then get your ass in gear!
Yeah.
Alright, come on, give me a joke.
Said I don't know anymore.
Alright. How about a song? You know any songs?
No. Oh, wait. I got one. I can't remember the title.
How's it go?
100 bottles of beer on the wall, 100 bottles.
That's the name of it.
Oh, right. So what are we doing?
Okay. Say you start singing, right? We get to the part where the number changes, you stop singing. And then I take a step. And I continue singing till the next verse. How about it?
So we keep switching on and off?
Yeah.
We're gonna look like the friggin' Rockettes!
Yeah, you start.
100 bottles of beer on the wall, 100 bottles of beer. If one of those bottles should happen to fall.
99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer. If one of those bottles should happen to fall.
98 bottles of beer on the wall, 98 bottles of beer on the wall, 98 bottles of beer. If one of those bottles should happen to fall.
Seven bottles of beer on the wall. 97 bottles of beer on the wall. 97 bottles of beer. If one of those bottles should happen to fall.
Ah! Jesus! Christmas! Is that human or what? God damn, that's some spooky shit!
Sounded like Rogers to me.
It didn't sound like shit to me.
It was Rogers.
How the hell could you
It
tell?
was Rogers.
What do you think you are, James Bond?
Believe me, it was Rogers.
Shit! Sucker owed me a can of peaches.
Dumb dead fucker.
Sorry, ass Rogers. That sucker must have snapped or some shit. You know what I'm saying? The sucker was out, home, done his tour. He was home 6 months and working with his old man.
No.
I mean, during his first tour, all he would ever talk about was going home. How wonderful it was going to be, how he was going to do this and that and the other thing. Then he gets out, and 6 months later, he's back here. Don't make no sense.
What?
What the hell happened that made him come back here to this fucking jungle paradise?
Don't know.
You ever hear him talk about that dream house he was building for his wife when he got out? He spent every freaking minute of every freaking day for about 5 months planning that house. One day I caught him counting how many nails he was going to need, what kind and how much they cost. Another time, we're in the middle of a fucking shelling, and he's trying to decide on what kind of tile to use in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He had everything worked out. Right down to the tile, and right down to the molding in the linen closet.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. What happened when he got out? Man, he was home. Did he ever mention anything to you?
Not to me.
He was Fugazi, right? I mean, my ass gets out of here at home. My ass stays out of here at home. He was crazy, right?
Maybe.
What?
Just what I said, maybe.
I know what maybe means, Mickey, but I don't understand. He never mentioned...
I said no, so drop it.
You know, sometimes you really piss me off. You know, Mick? Why don't you drop your badass jungle fighter routine? You be talking like some John Wayne movie.
Yeah? And you be talking like some ghetto nigga. Man, you be talking. You're learning about this shit. Why don't you drop your gig? Not only are you not black, you grew up on friggin' Long Island.
Right.
Yeah, you're goddamn right.
Look, Mick, I just want to know about Rogers, and you keep giving me the slip. You don't have to get so hot. I just thought maybe he said something to
Well,
you.
there's nothing to know.
All right.
Just forget it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right, Jesus. Okay, I'm ready.
Give me a minute. Okay. What do you call a 200-pound mouse?
Okay. What do you call a 200-pound mouse? Here I go.
Easy, Jay. Come on, baby.
Clicks shaky. Watch me, Nick. I'm incredible. Here I go. Oh, no clicks, right? How about it? Incredible or what?
It's friggin' incredible.
All right, hit me. What do you call a 200-pound mouse?
Sir!
Sir! Priceless! One of a kind! I mean, just priceless! Mick.
I know. It's all right, Jake.
Yeah, same here. Mick,
Yeah?
I don't know.
Like brother Jake. Better than brothers.
Yeah. Mick, why don't you want to tell me what Rogers told you? I heard you too.
You didn't get shit.
What did he mean when he said he couldn't get home? give me that shit. He went home, didn't he? It was right before he got back here.
Yeah. He was running this old man's construction company and building this fucking dream house.
What did he mean when he said he couldn't get home? Don't make no sense. He went home. He was home. What happened when he got out? Come on, Mick, please. I gotta know. I'm out of here in 2 months.
He said some bullshit about not fitting in. I don't know. Nah. His wife wouldn't let him paint the living room yellow.
Shit. She wouldn't let him paint the living room yellow? What kind of twisted, moronic bullshit is that? I get out of here. My girl can paint my ass yellow if she wants to.
I guess.
I mean, what the hell else could it have been?
Looks to me like Rogers wrote himself a starring role in a fucking Disney movie. When he got home, the movie wasn't playing.
That's some spooky shit.
Hey, what the hell do I know? Maybe Roger's just a basket case. Maybe the fuck was Fugazi.
Yeah, right. Talk about Fugazi. There was this guy over with 101st. Every time someone in his squad would get zapped, he'd go over and stick his hand in the guy's wound. He said he liked the warm feeling. Like feeling the guy's life.
A friggin' poet. Tell him to feel this life.
I was had a hell of a hard time trying to get to sleep around that guy.
Right.
Mick, not for nothing, but you think about home much? I know.
Let it go, G. Oh yeah, you dream at your own fucking risk.
I know, it's just... I don't know. Shit.
Let it go. We gotta keep going.
12 months of saving some home, and then...
Come on, we gotta keep going. Okay, I'm ready.
97 bottles of beer on the wall, 97 bottles of beer. If one of those bottles should happen to fall...
Dear Aunt Fanny, this morning my platoon and I were finishing up a 3-day patrol, struggling over steep hills covered with hedgerows, trees, and generally impenetrable jungle. One of my men turned to me and pointed a hand filled with cuts and scratches at a rather distinguished-looking plant with soft red flowers waving gaily in the downpour, which had been going on ever since the patrol began, and said, "That is the first plant I have seen today which didn't have thorns on it." I immediately thought of you. The plant and the hill upon which it grew was also representative of Vietnam. It is a country of thorns and cuts, of guns and marauding, of little hope and of great failure. Yet in the midst of it all, a beautiful thought, gesture, and even person can arise among it, waving bravely at the death that pours down upon it. Some day this hill will be burned by napalm, and the red flower will crackle up and die among the thorns. So what was the use of it living and being a beauty among the beasts if it must in the end die because of them and with them? This is a question which is answered by Gertrude Stein's, "A rose is a rose is a rose. You are what you are, what you are, what you are." Whether you believe in God, fate, or the crumbling cookie, elements are so mixed in a being that make him what he is. His salvation from the thorns around him lies in the fact that he existed at all, in his very own personality. There once was a time when the Jewish idea of heaven and hell was the thoughts and opinions people had of you after you died. But what if the plant was on an isolated hill and was never seen by anyone? That is like the question of whether the falling tree makes a sound in the forest primeval when no one is there to hear it. It makes a sound, and the plant was beautiful, and the thought was kind, and the person was humane and distinguished and brave. Not merely because other people recognized it as such, but because it is, and it is, and it is. The flower will always live in the memory of a tired, wet Marine, and has thus achieved a sort of immortality. But even if we had never gone on that hill, it would still be a distinguished, soft, red, thornless flower growing among the cutting, scratching plants. And that in itself is its own reward. Love, Sandy. On November 11th, 1966, less than 3 weeks after he wrote this letter to his great aunt, Mrs. Louis Adu, Marine Second Lieutenant Marion B. Kempner from Galveston, Texas, was killed by a mine explosion near Ten Fu. After disarming one mine, another was tripped by one of his men. Although wounded by shrapnel, Lieutenant Kempner ordered the other corpsmen to take care of the wounded man first. He died aboard a medevac en route to the hospital. He was 24 years old.
Can anyone hear me? I said, can anyone hear me?
They can hear you, all right? Ah! They can hear you, but they won't answer. They never answer.
Who are you?
Alfred Cavanaugh. And who might you be?
Larry Douglas.
Pleased to meet you, Larry. Ah, still squeamish, I see. May get over that soon enough. So where do you come from, Larry?
Washington.
No, I mean lately, since the bomb.
Oh. I've been in a shelter some miles from here. We were close to running out of food. Things began to get nasty. Someone was killed, so I left to find a new shelter.
That's too bad. Shelters never open up until they run out of food. That's the only time I ever get any company.
What are you doing above ground?
Oh, that's my shelter there. My neighbors and I chipped in to build it a long time ago. But when the warning came, I didn't get here in time, and they had already sealed themselves in. I beat on the door, but they wouldn't open up.
It's monstrous.
It's human. Here it is. Care to join me?
If you haven't been in a shelter, where did you get this bread?
Oh, I found it in the rubble of a grocery store.
Doesn't it have barrier from poisoning?
Probably. Still squeamish, I see. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Yeah, after I discovered the shelter was locked, I went to go hide in a cave I know of. It's not far from here. That's where I live now. But I come visit the shelter every day. Now, why don't you tell me about yourself? I haven't had anyone to talk to in weeks. It gets awfully lonely up here waiting for an occasional person to emerge.
do you want to know?
Well, why not tell me about the people in your shelter? Were they your neighbors?
Not quite. I was in a government shelter.
A government shelter?
Yes. I did work for the military.
So this is all you're doing?
No, just a minute.
I'm not chastising you. I think the military did what they had to do. But I'm puzzled. You say things got nasty in your shelter.
Yes. Rations were short, and people were on edge. Someone was accused of stealing food, so they killed him.
They shouldn't have done that. They went about it all wrong. There are rules for that sort of thing. You've got to follow the rules or you get chaos and anarchy. And that translates into sin.
What are you talking about?
Sin! I've been doing a lot of thinking about it, and I've got it all figured out. Now look here. Suppose a man sees another man on the street, and he kills him. That's a sin, right?
I'd say so.
But suppose that same first man sees that same second man on the other side in a war. Then he's expected to kill him.
That's right.
In fact, it would be sinful if he were to refrain. Now, in these two cases, there are similarities. But in one case, he's sinning, and in the other, he's not. Why?
Well, in the case of the war, he has to kill him. It's the enemy.
Well, I can't just step up to one of my enemies on the street and kill him.
That's true.
Then it's not that he's the enemy. Come on, what is it?
I don't see what you're driving at. Is it the fact that he's on foreign soil?
That's nonsense. Suppose there was a man I didn't like. Could I just follow him onto foreign soil and kill him?
Of course not.
Then think! What's the difference?
I know what it is. When a man kills someone in a war, it's not his decision to commit the act. He's just following orders.
Now you're being ridiculous. The mafia hitman is just following orders. Is he committing a moral act?
Why don't you just tell me? What is the difference between killing a man on the street and killing a man in a war?
Banners.
Banners?
And flags. That's what a man in war has that a man on the street hasn't. Banners and flags. And songs, of course. You can't have a truly satisfactory war without a good rousing anthem.
What are you talking about?
The moral justification of war. It's really very simple. I didn't have much else to do while I sat around up here. So I spent most of my time thinking. And eventually it all became clear to me. Flags are magic. They really are. Just think about it. Would any sane young man leave his family and his girlfriend to go kill strangers in a foreign country if he weren't under the influence of magic? But where does this magic come from? It must come from the banners and flags. You see, they represent civilization. That's why I was concerned to hear that people in your shelter were committing wanton acts of murder. They were threatening civilization itself. You must never kill out of anger or need. That's a sin. We all know it's a sin. If we lose our patriotism, civilization will die. And we will sink back to the savagery of the animals who kill for hunger rather than for banners.
You're insane.
Why? Because I know the value of civilization?
I'm not going to argue with you. I've wasted enough time here as it is.
Wait. Where are you going?
To find some food. I haven't eaten in almost 2 weeks.
Where I can get you all the food you want right here.
No thanks. I'm not interested in radiation poisoning.
No, I mean good, clean food.
How?
We know they've got food down there. Now all we have to do is convince them to come up and give it to us. Or at least share it with us.
How do we do that? Let's do it.
occasional person to emerge. But I'll never go hungry. Food is always provided for those who know the magic of the flag.
Dear Mom and Dad, how is everyone? I hope fine. When you receive this letter, May will be just about over. I'll be down to 6 months and a couple of days left in December, which amounts to nothing. I'm going to have a big celebration when I leave Vietnam. And when I get back to the world, I won't forget to leave the 7th day open to the Lord. I guess the time is passing by fairly fast for you because you're pretty busy. But not for me. Received all your letters, Mom. And I'm always glad to hear from a squared-away mother, as the Army would say it about a #1 soldier. It all comes to the head. You're the best in my books, Mom. Also heard from Aunt Flo. I know you will thank her for me about writing to me. It was nice of her. So far, you're doing good, Ma, about writing. Keep up the good work. Now, I want to let you know you will always be #1 mother in my books. Heard you got Nancy a portable hairdryer. I think it was nice of you to always look out for the other person, but remember, stay like you are and don't let them take advantage of a well-natured mother. Also, keep up the good work, and keep the letters flowing in. Say hi to everyone. P.S. Watch my return address. I'm all over everywhere. Love, Rick. Specialist Richard A. Carlson, a medic attached to Company D, 2nd Battalion, 8th Cavalry, 1st Division, Airmobile, operating in I Corps, was only in Vietnam 4 months when he was killed while ministering to the wounded during an ambush on May 24th, 1968. Doc, I'm a mess, he said to a medic. Oh, God, I don't want to die. Mother, I don't want to die. Oh, God, don't let me die. These were his last words. He was 20 years old.
Good evening. I am not a police officer, although I do play one in this performance.
Is your husband home?
No, he's not back from work yet.
Not back from work. Today's his day off, isn't it?
He doesn't like days off. What do you want to see him about? Colonel, I didn't recognize you.
Please, don't let me interrupt you. I just stopped in for a word with your husband. You're sewing, I see.
Yes. It's just some gold braid for my husband's underpants. He always feels so terrible in civilian dress these days, and always likes some tiny piece of military dress, even if it's underneath everything. Colonel!
Yes?
I wish you'd take him off this job. Don't make him do any more provoking in civilian clothes. You've no idea how thin and pale he's become.
You can't go provoking in uniform.
Couldn't he just wear his helmet? He always used to feel much better then.
No, madam. A helmet would attract attention.
Oh yes, of course. It's just been such a long time since he's had anyone to arrest. One new arrest would probably make him right again. He doesn't show it in front of you, but at home he's become moody and quite intolerable.
You can't make arrests without an agent provocateur.
I'm afraid I've just given up hope.
You don't know anyone we could arrest, do you?
No, all the people I know are loyal as hell. And if I did, my husband would be the first person I'd tell. He's always asking me.
Any neighbors then? Any distant relatives?
No, they're all law-abiding citizens. There was an old man on our street who used to complain, but with him was the gout, not the government. He's just died.
Yes.
Probably of being too careful.
Nowadays, it's all so peaceful, all so quiet. Tell me, when did you and your husband first meet?
Oh, that was ages ago. He reported me to the secret police, and I reported him. That's how we get to know each other.
Have you got any children?
2, but they're locked up now. Shall I get them
No!
out?
I don't mean to inconvenience anyone. I just stopped in for a word with your husband.
He may be back by now. He always stops and listens at the doors on the way upstairs. I'll go and have a look.
Unofficially. Tell me why later. Why didn't you use the front door?
I was walking on the tops of houses. When it was time to come home, I used the rooftops. That's one way of getting. Plus, there might have been something going on.
What did you find?
Absolutely nothing. Just a few little bird pictures. Is my wife home?
She went out onto the staircase. She thought you might be there.
She always listens. Where's she going? Down the stairs! Colonel, do you mind if I change? I feel so naked without my uniform on.
No, please do change if you like. After all, you're in your own home and it is your day off.
Yes, I know, but I thought today might be my lucky day, so I went out and did a bit of provoking before lunch. But it was no good. They just said, hello and good day. Kept on walking.
Sergeant, if it hadn't been for you, perhaps we'd never have lived to see this alarming decay in crime figures today. That is to say, I mean, thanks to you. We now have this
That's okay, I enjoy it, really.
I'm sure.
Oh, you have no idea how wonderful it is. Come home and woo-hoo, swift in the uniform. Oh, after a long day of provoking and everything. Woo-wee! Oh, wait a minute. Oh, excuse me, sir. Oh, see, that's what comes in working in civilian clothes. Civvies are bad for morale. You see, so I gotta get a grip on myself.
Don't worry about that now. I have an important matter to discuss with you. Find some excuse to send your wife off. She mustn't come in here. I'm sure she's quite reliable, but what I have to talk to you about is most secret.
Sent her off for waterproof glue.
Couldn't you have found some better pretext than that?
It's not a pretext. I need waterproof glue. They tore my raincoat the last time they beat me up.
Has she gone far?
You won't be back for 3/4 of an hour.
I suppose you're surprised by my visit.
Just as you said, Colonel.
You're surprised, then?
The chief of police in my house. I should expect a revolution.
No wishful thinking now, Sergeant. And the keen sergeant is always ready for a revolution. I didn't really mean that. Your service record is irreproachable.
Oh, but of course, Colonel.
Still, in your exemplary conduct, there is something more than ordinary conscientiousness and state of sense of
Yes, sir.
sense of duty.
Oh, yes, sir. Sergeant?
Sit down.
Well, sir, if you wouldn't mind, I'd rather do my exercises.
Your exercises?
Yes, sir. Every day at this time when I get home from work, I do some weightlifting and some spring aerobics. They're good for my muscles. You know, one must be ready for any situation that crops up. Would you like to try?
No, thank you. I can see from here. If you want to do your exercises, please do them. You are not only an excellent policeman, I have found that you are something more than that.
Yes, sir.
I have found that you have given me an idea.
Oh, yes, sir.
You put us in that when your job requires it, even though you can't stand wearing them.
Yes, sir. Anything for my job.
Exactly! You sacrifice your own personal likes and dislikes. On the altar of service to the state. You are something more than a civil servant.
Oh my God,
You are a Hercules. Hercules. Cutting wood and carrying water. Now, this sort of work is difficult useful, but it is not the work of a Hercules. In you, Sergeant, there is a strength which is only partially finding its outlet in ordinary work. Sergeant, you are inspired by the idea of order and general discipline. You are the mystic of the police force, the saint of the police. You. Tell me, Sergeant.
Sometimes. But they're real silly.
Oh, tell me about them.
Well, sometimes, I don't know why it is. Sometimes, I dream that there are two of me.
Oh, bravo! Bravo!
One in uniform, and one in civilian clothes. And we are walking through this field. And it's warm and sunny. And I get this feeling in my soul that I'm being carried far, far away. Then I get this longing, this desire to arrest someone. And well, that's to say, both of us, both of me, we look around this field and we strain our eyes. And we look around and there's nobody there. Nobody to arrest. Not even a little rabbit sitting under a ridge. Or a little cute little bird. Then I threw myself on the soft earth and started beating my head till the tears are just running down my cheeks. Yeah. That's when the silliest part of my dreams come.
Tell me.
That's when I arrest myself. Well, meaning the one in uniform arrests the one in civilian clothes. They're covered in sweat.
This is very interesting. What you say? Very interesting. Tell me, Sergeant, when was the last time you made an arrest?
I'm ashamed to tell you, Colonel.
Well, listen to what I have to say. Do you realize we will never get the chance to make an arrest ever again?
What did you say, Colonel?
Not only that, but your son, your grandson, and your great-grandson, they won't ever make an arrest either. The whole police force is standing on the edge of a precipice, on the eve of a catastrophe. What is the function of a policeman? Well, it is to arrest those who offend against the existing order, but suppose there were no people like that left. Suppose that as a result of our improved, reconstituted police force, all trace of rebelliousness had left our people. Suppose that they had become universally enthusiastic for the regime. And that they had developed, once and for all, a genuine, permanent love for our infant king and his uncle, the regent. What is there for the police to do? I did my best to improve matters. That is why I advised you to carry on provoking people to criticize the government. But even this last resort was no good. Sergeant, the people have become wildly, cruelly, bestially loyal.
No, that's a fact.
Yes! Soon. We'll have to take off our uniform. Yes, Sergeant. Then you'll toss and turn in your bed at night, longing hopelessly for one little interrogation. Your gold braids sewn to your underpants won't do you much good then, will they? Already you're suffering from insomnia. Think what it'll be like then.
No.
But yes, yes!
Oh.
They'll take away your uniform. They'll give you some sort of sports jacket and tennis shoes and a pair of flannels. You'll be able to go out into the fields or into the water with a fishing pole or a shotgun and enjoy your free time exactly as you like. You can hunt hares and arrest rabbits if you like, as long as it isn't mating season.
Oh, Colonel.
This dreadful moment. I have come to you, not only as your commander-in-chief, not only as your superior officer, but at this time, in the face of the ruin which is facing our life's work, we are both just simple constables. We must give each other our hands and offer advice for its solution. Now pay attention to what I tell you. The man who can even now save the situation. You! Yes, I assure you. What do we need? What we need is one man, one person whom we could lock up, whom we could arrest for something which could in some slight way be considered anti-government activity. Having several times tried to find this man, it has become apparent to me that we will not find him in the ordinary course of events, or what one might say, natural manner. We must, so to speak, compose this man ourselves. Our choice has fallen on you! Oh.
I don't understand, sir. What do I have to do?
Exactly what you've been. You shout something out against the government. With this difference, this time, we won't let you get away with it. We lock you up. Hey! Yes! The task I have set you is far more admirable from the point of view of police morale. It's simply going out, provoking some poor old citizen to criticize the government and arresting him. Sergeant, that would simply be carrying out your ordinary daily work. No, Sergeant. What we have here is an act which is not without a certain poetry of own. An act! An act! An act which belongs to a man who is specially selected. A man! A man! A man who is inspired! A man who is pierced right to the marrow of his bones with the spirit of the police force. That is what I said, Sergeant, when I said that I saw in you the fire of a policeman's vocation. I said that in you there was something which had not found its proper outlet. Something which had been awaiting the time for the assignment which I can only now give to you. You shall be our Sergeant Redeemer! Sir! Yes! Yes! Don't worry about that now. I'll change that with your folks.
What now? For what?
You can't act as your own provocateur or wear a uniform.
Oh, shall I change now, sir, right away?
Yes, we've no time to waste. As soon as you're done, we'll open the window so they can hear you better from the street. You'll shout out something against the regime, and then I'll pull my sword, arrest you. Arrest you! That's that!
I'm supposed to be a police officer.
You are more police officer than anyone else in the world. Why? To be a police officer and to pretend to others that you are not a police officer, that makes you a double police officer. But to be a police officer, yourself that you are not a police officer, that makes you a police officer deep down, luxuriously in the depths of your heart. One might say that you are a super policeman, unlike any other policeman, even a double policeman. Sergeant, before the night is out, I will write a letter to the general. By tomorrow morning, our infant king and his uncle, the regent, will know that we have discovered and apprehended a revolutionary. We shall be saved!
What do I have to shout?
Haven't you got anything prepared from your previous experience?
No! How about if I say the regent, uncle to our infant king, is a
So fun.
swine?
No, that's not good enough. We need something strong, something forceful with no understatement. No. So that I can arrest you 100%.
How about dirty swine?
That's it! That's it! No! Open it! You'll yell something out against the regime. Ready? 1, 2.
people. Can't you ever rest?
Silence, woman! At last, he's made a success of it.
Oh.
We now invite you upstairs for the final discussion.
Brian, want me to shut it off now? Sure? Sure, you want me to like shut it off? Watch that, Kelly. Where's it going?